15 billion years ago, we have the Big Bang. During the Big Bang, it actually probably wasn't a huge flash of light, because light comes from stars, and there weren't any stars. So scientists think that maybe the crashing together that created the initial parts of elements made a kind of fog, kind of a light fog. Also, it was still so hot that we really didn't have elements yet, because you guys know that to have an element, you need to have an atom, and you know that an atom is made of a nucleus, which is made of protons and neutrons, but initially we just had protons. The other thing that an atom has to have is electrons. In the early universe, it was so hot that electrons couldn't stick to the proton. It doesn't stick exactly. There's a magnetic attraction between these. So for a really long time, about 380,000 years, there really were no atoms. It was too hot. It's about 380,000 years after the Big Bang that we get the first one of these guys. And element number 1 on the periodic table, 1 because it has 1 proton, is hydrogen. It has 1 proton and 1 electron. And after the Big Bang, about 380,000 years after the Big Bang, there were lots and lots of single proton atoms. Wait, hang on. I should have a voice more like that guy on TV.
How's this? Yeah, that's better. All right. So there were lots and lots of these single proton atoms floating around in blackness. There's no stars yet. And initially, I don't know if they were moving relative to each other or not. I know that space was expanding, and so they were moving in that way. From some force from the initial Big Bang. But I do know that they were moving toward each other
because of gravity. So gravity is always present. It's a very small force. Gravity is weak, but it's there all the time. And gravity is felt between all things. So right now there is gravity between you your head, let's say, and your desk. The desk that you're sitting at right now, or the table. There's gravity between these two things. Your head is pulling on the table, and the table is pulling on your head. However, gravity is so weak that you can't feel this. If we, let's say this is your head. Let's get rid of your body. Hang on. This will make more sense if you don't have a body. Let's just talk about your head for a second. So let's start to feed your head some pizza, pepperoni. And you continue to eat pepperoni pizza. So you're increasing the mass of your head. Your head starts to grow. And you just keep on eating more and more pizza. And your head continues to grow bigger and bigger. And you just keep eating pizza. You're just like a pizza mass multiplying maniac. And you just keep on eating pizza until eventually your head is so huge that it's the size of the Earth. And at this point, there's lots and lots of mass, lots and lots of atoms in this gigantic head. And as a result, with all of that mass, remember, gravity is a weak force, but if you put lots and lots of stuff together, eventually this tiny desk that was over here in the beginning, it can't withstand anymore, and the force of the gravity has grown because of your gigantic cranium, and the desk leaps up and slams right into your head, to your enormous planet-sized head.